The game is called Story Pitch, where basically you are going to give us a number between 1 and 12 for these categories for setting, for genre, for a main character's profession, and an optional edition, but everyone does optional edition, so I think I should change it to mandatory edition or something.
Yes.
But throwing a spanner in the works. So basically, you give us the numbers, we give you the what that number correlates to on our special graph that you can't see, and then you have to pitch us a story that could be your next novel.
So for setting, you see, it's tough because normally for me, my stories often start with a setting, and usually a setting that I'm very familiar with. And like setting's very, very important to me. But
All right.
let me go for number nine.
9, okay. And genre?
7.
7. Main character?
Two.
2. And what's your addition?
I'll go for 12.
12. Okay. Looking at graph 1 there, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your setting is a carnival.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What was the number for genre?
7?
7. Your genre is fantasy.
Okay.
Your main character is a detective.
Okay.
And the optional addition, which is something that must appear in this story, is dinosaurs.
Okay. Well, that was obvious, right? I mean, what carnival doesn't have a dinosaur?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a carnival with dinosaurs. The main character is a detective, and it's got to be fantasy.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here because I really wanted to pitch a story to you that I've written. It's a great novel, really. It's actually not a novel; it's a trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And oh yeah, definitely, it's definitely a trilogy here. But um, listen, the main character, Dirk Dirksen, is a detective. He's a Canadian detective, I
Okay.
should say. And what he does is he's been actually on the trail of uh, of something mysterious. There's this light that's been shining. Carnivals usually take place at night, the night carnivals when everything goes on. And what happens is there's this mysterious light that's been shining really bright, like brighter than the sun, at a series of carnivals in the Midwest of the United States. And people are wondering what's going on. And so someone contracted Dirk Dirksen since he has experience with this. And anyway, he investigates. There's a love interest, Dara Darrison, who has, for some reason, a similar name to Dirk Dirksen. And that really piqued his interest too. But so he falls in love with Dara because Dara, he turns out, is his soulmate, and they first time he sees her, the chemistry is so great. But as he's following the trail of this light, he finds out that Dara turns into a dinosaur, which may explain all the D's in her name. And she flies through a mysterious window. And every time she flies through the mysterious window into another dimension, a dimension of fluffy rainbows and dinosaurs and glowing diamonds, a bright light shines. And what they realize is they're star-crossed lovers because he has an allergy to dinosaurs. And every time he actually meets a dinosaur, his skin breaks out into this really red rash and he gets really itchy and starts sneezing. And so he realizes in the end that he can't cross through that dimension with her. And eventually they break up and he ends up becoming an alcoholic and writes his memoirs.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
It was
I
leaning
like that.
leaning on the romantasy a lot, but that is an offshoot of fantasy, so we'll allow it. Um, Brilliant, brilliant. I look
I
forward to
like it.
reading that. All right. Round 2, you can give us the same numbers because it's different things that are there, or you can give us new numbers. It's completely up to you.
Let's go with the same numbers then.
Okay.
I mean, you've already given me like three bestsellers here.
Yeah. All right, so your setting. Oh, I like this. It's a 1990s arcade.
Oh, I spent a
Okay.
lot of time in those arcades in the 1990s. Okay, good.
Okay, your genre is historical fiction.
Well, it's the 90s.
Yeah.
So fiction.
Okay.
Your main character he's a bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Yes.
And the optional addition, which is something that must appear in the story, is sumo wrestlers.
Of course. Well, 1990s arcade, historical fiction. Um, okay. Well, it's a little known fact. By the way, this story is historical fiction.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's actually based on reality. So
Okay, yeah.
it's based on a true story, but it is fiction. But
Okay.
because everybody knows that in the 1990s, when Bill Clinton was president
Hmm.
of the United States, he frequented this arcade uh, because he had a particular fondness for RBI baseball, which was a game that he liked back then, which allowed him to play some classic teams. From Arkansas, he didn't have a team of his own, so he particularly liked the 1971 San Francisco Giants, and he used to sneak in there, and because there were people who suspected him of inappropriate behavior with someone's daughter, let's shall we say, sent a bounty hunter out to get him. They couldn't get him on in the White House because, of course, he was president of the United States. The Secret Service was there, but he used to sneak out away from the Secret Service in order to go to this arcade, which was called the Big Hair Arcade for reasons that I'm not really clear on. Anyway, so this bounty hunter, I forgot to tell you, his name was Bob the bounty hunter. He didn't actually have a last name, or he did, but he figured that it was cooler to just be Bob, sort of like Sting.
Mm.
At the time, didn't have a last name that he had, and so Bob the bounty hunter would go into this arcade trying to find him and trying to get him on his own. The problem is that there was this sumo wrestler that used to go to the arcade as well, and at one point, just at the pivotal point of the novel, where Bob the bounty hunter is about to slap the cuffs on President Bill Clinton, turns out that the sumo wrestler spotted him and started wrestling with him and wrestled him to the ground. And I won't give away how it ends because I think we got to leave some suspense there.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
that's this pitch that I was thinking. It's a one-off, really.
Okay. Awesome. Excellent.
This idea came to me while I was on a podcast once.
That's great.
Very
I
nice.
like it. This turned out well. I'm realizing how creative these authors are that we get on Ryan.
Mhm.
Um, because I think about these things and I go, geez, what am I going to come up with if someone said that? But everyone's just been brilliant so far. I think to date,
Definitely.
Molly McCabe's been the quickest.
Yep.